right, how about on the women's side? Who's the team out of the Big 12 that you think has the best shot there?
Well, I'll keep talking, I guess, since this is my bracket. But Vic Schaefer, love him or don't like him or whatever, or just think he's okay. He's been a beast in the tournament. He was in Mississippi State. He beat Kim and Baylor, and he beat Gino and UConn back in 2017, I believe. He took Texas farther than anybody thought Texas was going to go last year. And they won the Big 12 tournament over the weekend. And boy, he was hard on his team. He was saying he had players not doing what they were supposed to do and whatever. This is back when they lost to Baylor twice in 3 days, and he was hard on this team. But you look up now and they're a tough team. They don't blow you away with scorers and all conference types. Obviously, the Big 12 teams didn't have a Texas player on the first team. But I think I put Rory Harmon on our first team. And she's a good straw to stir the drink, for one thing. But I think Texas could go a long way. Obviously, Baylor, it's tough to say between Texas and Baylor who has the best chance of going the farthest. And then I just don't think Iowa State has the athletes. I mean, they've been so out-athleted by Baylor in 2 games that you really can't rely on. But hey, if they make it, good for Bill Finley.
Yeah. So I late last night I got done with some stuff and I went ahead and filled out some brackets as everyone else does. You fill out brackets and try to win your pool or whatever. And I filled out a women's one too. And I actually had Texas making the Final Four. I think they're, going in the right direction at the right time. As Chad said, I think they displayed some toughness in that Big 12 final and some quickness. I mean, they were getting to the rim with pretty, high frequency. So yeah, I think for all those reasons that Chad mentioned, and Vic Schaefer, having some tournament experience, I think all of that plays well for Texas.
Before I let John answer, I want to point out Texas got to go through Kim Mulkey to get there.
Yes, I would. That would be a fun matchup.
Go ahead, John.
I think I like Baylor's chances the best. When you're in the conference, you play people so much that you really know their strengths and weaknesses and every little nuance about them. I think Nalissa's going to be really hard to stop. I mean, Texas kind of took her out a little bit, but that her and those 3-point shooters they have, that's a pretty good, combination right there. And I'm not going to say I give them a great chance, but I think I'd give them the best chance.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, and it was one that Carolyn Peck made on the selection show special, just talking about Nalissa and the 3-point shooters, and that was a good, good asset for Baylor to have that could lead to a nice deep run. So we'll see.